We're just joining each other right now and getting settled in. And tonight I decided to wear this fun and festive pink scarf. It was a gift I received when I went on a trip to India in October of last year. And it was an absolutely incredible experience to be there for a month and wrap up the trip in Rishikesh, which is in the foothills of the Himalayas, or Himalayas, as some may say. And we stayed at an ashram there. In this particular one, I stayed with Yogi Vishvaketu, and Yogi Vishva is how he normally goes by. And his beautiful mother actually helped with these scarves and the ceremony that we had on our last day before departing. And one of the phrases that he often used that I thought would be fun to talk about for a moment today is Hari Om. It's fun to say. And we went 3 or 4 days, and I finally looked at him and I said, Yogi Vishva, what does Hari Om mean? And he just had this jovial look. He's all about laughing and having fun. And kind of threw his hands up and said, it's all that. It's whatever. It's all good. Fine. And so I was just reminiscing about that this evening, and I thought I would share, because I think sometimes we have a tendency to get so caught up in our day-to-day and our busy lives and everything that's going on, and trying to control, even though we often know we cannot and do not have that power. And so when you're feeling that way and when something's going on, Hari Om. Let it go, allow it to be. Just take a long, slow, deep breath and allow the moment to pass, because like everything, it will change and the moment will float into a new one. So why don't we take a few nice, long, slow, deep breaths to get us settled in for this evening. Taking an inhale and letting that go gently. And one more time on the inhale. And letting that go. So when we think about everything that runs through us, the prana is our life-giving force. Our whole being functions because of the subtle life, the prana, the breath that we take in, or that breathes us, depending upon how you want to look at that. And this flows in our system through subtle energy channels called nadis, as well as energy centers, which are our chakras. And there's thousands of these within all of us, with tremendous energy. All of us are contained and contain this incredible, immense, powerful, raw, producing energy. And one of the other reasons I think Hari Om is a fun theme for the evening is that sometimes we stifle that energy. We allow society to let us know what the norms are, what expectations are of us. And so we often put ourselves in a mold and we put a mask on to live up to those expectations, to show up in a safe way, even if that doesn't feel congruent within us. And so, maybe Hari Om can also stand for that moment when you're willing to step outside your comfort zone, when you're willing to show up authentically and congruently, even if it may not be popular with others around you. Something to consider. So, tonight let's go into stillness and silence, exploring how we can bring a little more vivaciousness into our lives, how we might be able to take that nadi energy, the energy of the chakras, and let it go in a more free and open way. Tap into our own true nature and become a little more allowing, letting go a little more of control, flowing more with the breeze, with the water, with whatever comes our way. So let's get comfortable, sitting upright if that feels good for you, closing your eyes if that also feels comfortable, and getting centered with our breath, our prana, our life-giving force. Connect to your breath, noticing where is it entering your body. Naturally, we expect that when we inhale, it will either be through our nose or our mouth. And yet often, if we tap into our body and really get connected, we may notice that it feels like it's coming from somewhere else. Take a few breaths and feel into where you may be experiencing the inhale. Feel free to even place your hand on that body part and become even more connected to the breath. Maybe you feel it in your stomach or your chest. Maybe through the crown of your head, or even your throat chakra or your neck area. And then begin to notice where your exhale occurs. It may be in the same place as the inhale, or maybe somewhere else. It may be through the nose or the mouth. Or it could be the chest or stomach. Maybe even your feet. Just take some time to explore and see how this prana, this life-giving force, flows through you. And as you continue to watch your breath, I'll provide a little more in-depth history of Hari Om. Hari is the remover. It can be a symbol for alleviating our pain and suffering. And Om is the cosmic vibration of the universe. So Hari Om allows us to remove, allows us that letting go. It is what it is. And that's not to indicate that whatever it is isn't important. It's simply to not give it any more importance than it is due. The invitation from the Buddha and the Eightfold Noble Path is really to find that balance. Not getting too excited about the joys and excitement in life. And not getting too low about the challenges and hurdles. And so in that balance and harmony, in that concept, Hari Om can be seen similarly, that we are allowing removal and becoming even more connected cosmically to the entire universe. And letting go of our stress, of control, of beliefs that may no longer serve us, ideals that were ingrained in us at a very young age, that we now have the opportunity to consider for ourselves and decide if that's congruent. Within all of that, can we allow the removal to take place, knowing that just because we may reframe or choose a new vantage point, we are not losing our identity. So often we cling to the familiar. We hold on to the pain and suffering because we so closely identify with it. And yet, as uncomfortable as the unknown may be, with a little patience and time, we can come out the other side in even more balance, harmony, prosperity, and happiness. So right now I invite you to consider an intention, something you'd like to let go of, some pain or suffering or obstacle that we invite to be removed through our meditation practice. And so once you've set that intention, feel it. Let it ripple through every aspect of your being. Breathe it into your mind, body, and soul. Becoming even more congruent with this intention. Experiencing it. Allowing it to be your sole focus. And when you're ready, let it go. Knowing the universe is constantly working in alignment with you. Sometimes it may not appear that way. Trusting now that this will all unfold as it's meant to. Allowing. Hari Om. And we will continue to use that phrase as our mantra this evening. I invite us to go into stillness and silence for a few moments. Silently repeating the phrase Hari Om. Although you are repeating this silently, you may notice it getting faster or slower, louder and softer. And as may happen, thoughts will come in. And as you notice that you've drifted away from the mantra Hari Om, gently guide yourself back to return to the mantra, allowing any of the thoughts to simply float by like clouds. I'll mind the time, and I'll ring a chime when we're wrapped up. So for now, for the next few moments, gently repeating to yourself, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Silently now to yourself. Hari Om, Hari Om. Continue repeating for a few more moments. Hari Om. Gently bringing yourself back into the mantra. Hari Om. Hari Om. Hari Om. Feel free to let go of the mantra and come back into this space when you're ready. Stretching, Opening your eyes. Maybe waking up from sleep or a little nap. Sleeping is a verified meditation. It is your body's way of letting you know that rest is exactly what it needs. So as we come back into this space, I invite you to continue to use this fun phrase whenever things seem a little overwhelming. Whenever you notice you're taking yourself a little too seriously. Whenever you have suffering or an obstacle that you're just not sure how to handle. Deep breaths and letting it go, remembering how much energy is contained in our body. Everything is an energy exchange. And so being able to release that. Another fun concept from Yogi Vishva is laughter. Laughing 18 times a day. Finding something fun, or just having a little giggle. Ha 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 ha. Even if just for 10, 15, 20 seconds. And laughter can be contagious. So share it with a friend. Wherever you may be in the world, sweet dreams if it's late at night, good morning if it's a new day. Thank you so much for being here. And as always, namaste and Hari Om.